Blue skies, sunshine and a light breeze just wash across the Henderson Bowling Club here for the 2008 Trust New Zealand Bowls Open. $30,000 in total prize money. You're about to get involved with the men's triple. Stephen McIve with caller Terry Scott. This is an interesting one, this one, isn't it? North versus South, young against the old. It's the Sincock-led triples against the Shane-led triples. So let's first of all talk about the Shane-led triples. Some good players there.
Oh, certainly so, and I thought we were actually at the Wine and Food Festival, to be quite honest. We've got the strawberry grower in Tony Garalja.
Yep.
We've got the fishmonger in Wally Marsick, and the wine industry. Of course, that's covered by Peter Shane, so that's a lot of experience there.
A lot of experience against a young triple pairing, their first time together, that are actually a part of the talent identification program by New Zealand Bowls.
Yes, the Southerners come out from Canterbury, West Coast and Nelson, and they're pretty keen. They're pretty keen to put it together.
Yeah, but does keen mean they're going to push the older boys?
Well, they'll be trying, but the older boys, a wee bit of experience might just come through in the end. You never know.
All right, let's find out. It's the men's triples final in the Trust New Zealand Open here in Henderson.
It's the Battle of the Islands, North versus South. It's week 2 of the Trust New Zealand Open, with the final of the men's triples between the Auckland-based combination of Peter Shane, Wally Marsick, Tony Garalja, against the composite team of Shane Sincock from the Red Cliffs Club in Christchurch, Gary Watson from Stoke and Nelson, and the West Coaster, Lance Pascoe from the Blakedown Club. In the commentary box with me today is Kevin Nicklin, a man who knows more about bowls in Auckland than we want to know ourselves. So welcome to the commentary, Kevin, and I'm sure we're going to be in for a great game.
Yeah, thanks Terry. It's certainly beautiful conditions here now, and the game just underway, and I'm sure that we're going to have a real thriller.
It's the opening bowl from Lance Pascoe, the green speckled bowl, and I'm sure that he'll be delighted to be able to nail that with his first bowl, just finishing centimetres away from the jack. Delivering on the forehand, the young West Coaster built up an impressive record already in New Zealand bowls and wishes to continue it with taking out the New Zealand Open here today. Fought his way through to the final with this Shane Sincock team. Had some tough battles on the way through. Early games they were winning 16-15, and then they went through to the quarterfinals. They picked that up by 11-10. The semi-finals at 22-12, which was one of their biggest scores. But they've had some battles on the way, but they've played some outstanding bowls. Oh, excitement already on the first end. Tony Garalja from the Henderson Bowling Club, from the host club here where this event is being held. Very good second bowl, sitting on the shot bowl of Lance Pascoe.
All right, mate. Very well indeed. Yep, he's got you.
We're going to see some excitement here today, Kevin.
Certainly are, Terry, and interesting to note, you noticed that Tony Garalja yesterday in the pairs semi-final changed his bowls, used the red Peter Shane bowls. This afternoon he's back to his traditional black drawing bowls, and we're going to see plenty of excitement and attacking, that's for sure.
Yes, we see that red bowl there from Gary Watson just resting in onto the shot bowl of Tony Garalja. The black bowl may still be shot. It's very, very close. Haven't had any indication from the skips at this particular stage, as Wally Marsick also looks to be starting as if he's on song, continuing from where he's gone for the last 3 or 4 days of this tournament.
Pretty tidy bowls, Terry, to start the first end off, and shows that, of course, that the wind not really having any effect playing down that way, and the greens run a very, very good speed, so I'm sure we're going to see a lot of tight ends.
Yes, we can see the blue sky in the background coming in. It was a little bit brisk first thing this morning, but as the day's gone on, the weather conditions have improved. There's a slight breeze, but shouldn't be getting too much effect on the bowls at green level. Gary Watson, the second bowl, the left-hander from the Stoke Club in Nelson, to be followed by Wally Marsick on his forehand.
I like it if you're not narrow.
Well, we heard from Peter Shane. I like it if you're not narrow. I don't think he's too narrow, Peter.
Beautiful ball. Well done, Wally.
Superb bowl then by Wally Marsick, as he just came down on the forehand side of the green and just touched the kitty only by 2 inches and turned it into 2 shots.
look at that from Wally Marsick. The blue bowl just moving the jack to the bowl that had previously been played by Tony Garalja. His 2 shots at the present time to the Auckland combination.
Team in the yellow with the green discs and the green lollipop.
Shane Sincock, the left-hander, 2 left-handers in the team from the South Island, Gary Watson and Shane Sincock. Looking for some connection with the shot bowler. We see Shane Sincock studying it there, the bowl drifting in. Pretty good opening bowl as well on this Starweed surface, which is playing absolutely beautiful today. The green speed, Kevin, I would think would be running around about the 18 and a half seconds.
Yeah, the bottom green down here the whole week is running around 17, and now with a couple of days of sunshine on it, I'm picking that this is about an 18-second green out in front of us.
Of course, the green speed is measured that by the time it takes for a bowl to travel over 27 metres. 27 metres is the distance that the bowl will travel, and at approximately 18 seconds, we call that a relatively quick green in New Zealand, and we find that with the Starweed it does certainly come to quite a quick pace as the day goes on, and the wear and tear throughout the tournament, and having been played on for a number of days now, the surface, the players certainly used to it. Shane Sincock delivering on his backhand, looks to be tight. Whether he's got enough weight to hold, I don't think he has. No, we see the ball drifting away. Okay, it's a good start at the moment from the Auckland combination. Peter Shane, Wally Marsick and Tony Garalja.
Peter Shane, I think, will just come down here now on this forehand side and try and nestle in amongst those bowls, and could turn into 3, but it looks to be pretty wide as it goes down. I don't think it'll make any difference at all, Terry.
He's probably being a little bit cautious. He wants to open his count with a 2 on the first end, and he's certainly done that. Great start for Peter Shane. So we see indicator for this event, the Lollipop Man holding up 2 when he turns them side on for us, and that is indicating 2 to the green disc bowls, and that is Peter Shane, who's combination playing with the green disc bowls.
2 shots for Peter Shane in the first end.
Lance Pascoe, the 27-year-old from Greymouth, plays out of the Blaketon Bowling Club.
You'll see in this game, Terry, no doubt Tony Garalja favouring his backhand. He's been traditionally a very, very steady backhand draw player, and I'm fairly sure that you'll see, and I think you'll see a very, very good battle of these 2 leads. Lance Pascoe has been very, very steady throughout the tournament, and of course Tony Garalja, a very, very experienced player here from Auckland.
Yes, certainly so, and I've watched Tony throughout because he came through to the semi-final, of course, of the triples, was it?
The pairs yesterday with Steve Cox.
Piers yesterday, this is triples now. Piers yesterday with Steve Cox, of course, he came through to the semi-final of that and was beaten there. As we see Lance Pascoe, the green speckled bowls, the new colour of bowls that have come onto the scene over the past 12 months, the speckled coloured bowls, of course, playing a prominent part in the sport in the last 10 years, and now the speckled coloured bowls on the market creates a little bit more exciting. But Tony Garalja, of course, playing with the traditional black bowls.
I think also, Terry, in this game, as you well know, Wally Marsick and Peter Shane, they won't mind if they've got bowls over the head early at the bowl count, because they are both very attacking players, and will be looking for results. And what you call defensive players, they certainly like to get out there and search for shots.
Certainly so. Never hesitated to attack Peter Shane and Wally Marsick, and very much confidence players as well. I mean, they scoring a 2 on the first end is great for them, because that's what they build on and breed on, and One of the things you want to do with these two players in particular is put some pressure on them and try to disrupt them a bit, because they can become a little bit brittle if that starts happening.
They certainly can. They're a different sort of player, but if they get that confidence early on in the game, they take some beating. Even though one down here, they've got two balls only about a metre at the most behind the head to catch, which I'm sure we'll see a shot played shortly to try and trail that kitty.
Yes, at the moment it's Shane Sincock's lead, Lance Pascoe that holds the shot. The green ball, we can see it sitting at 6 o'clock as we look at it. We look at the time clock and say if the jack is the middle of the time clock, well, there at 6 o'clock we can see the green bowl, which is the shot bowl. If we went out to the right and we see those red bowl out on the right, we'd say that is at 3 o'clock. Just give the viewers at home there an indication of how we will call each end. Try to give you an indication as to where the bowls are positioned as Wally Marsick is playing his last bowl.
I don't know, he's still going a bit.
Looks to be just a little bit too much weight. I think it's drifting down through the channel, and it does. What a bad effort from Wally Marsick.
Try, mate.
Only one down on the head as the skips change ends, Terry, but as you can see there, the Lance Pascoe bowl sitting directly behind the kitty, but there is three of Peter Shane's bowls sitting just out from the right, and I'm sure that if he comes down that side of the ring, just gets a touch or a trail on the kitty, that he could turn this to his advantage.
Yes, but first of all we'll see Shane Sincock, the 43-year-old courier driver from Christchurch. One package that he would dearly love to be taking home with him would be the first prize purse of $3,000 for the winning triple. Shane Sincock also through to the final of the singles event, which we will see in later weeks here on Sky.
Peter Shane, I'm sure now be coming up, Terry, trying to rest onto the green bowl, the shot bowl. If he can get one turn out of that bowl, he can still turn this into 3 shots or 4.
Yes, there's opportunities for Peter Shane. Just don't know if he's got the weight. Certainly had a good line, but running short on weight.
Unusual to see, Terry, Peter Shane falling short, we'll say, with a head like that. You'd think that he would be trying to dislodge that green bowl to try and get himself into a good counting position.
Yep, Peter Shane always willing to play with a little bit of weight. Has had a relatively comfortable track through to the final with some convincing scores, 20-6 in his first game of post-section play, and then defeated Nevin Kagricevic, who was the winner of the Open Singles, Open Triples, and we see Shane Sincock draw another bowl, another shot, put a bit of pressure on his opponent. Peter Shane won that game by 21-7, taking out his quarterfinal game 16-10 against another Aucklander, Brooke Tippett, and then against Alan Hilton in the semi-final, a little bit closer, 16-14 there to Peter Shane. So Peter Shane in the final with Tony Garauja and Wally Marsick up against Shane Sincock, who currently holds 2 shots. Peter Shane, last bolt, looks to be wide. It's wide, definitely wide. 2 shots to Shane Sincock. He's on the board. 2-all at the completion of the second end in the Comfort Pro men's triples final at the New Zealand Open at Henderson Bowling Club in Auckland.
The lead's coming this way, Terry, definitely favouring that backhand side. Perhaps we've sheltered from the small breeze here, and they're just getting more draw with their bowls. We see Lance Pascoe play a very good opening bowl.
Yes, certainly so from Lance Pascoe. Favouring the right-hand side of the green as we look at it. So good with the second bowl, Lance Pascoe. Good opener. Touch heavy with his second. Shane says you've got it, mate. And he certainly has, Tony Garalja.
Beautiful bowl there by Tony Garalja, just drawing up on that backhand side of the rink and drawing about a foot behind the kitty to see the Auckland combination holding one.
Marsick delivering his first ball. Coming up short is Gary Watson, perhaps forced to change hand because of the last ball being in his line.
You're looking at where that bowl of Wally Marsick's just stopped. I'm sure it'd be right in the draw line for Gary Watson's draw shot, which is on his backhand anyway, being the left-hander, but he's played his first bowl short as well.
Yeah. You missed your ball, you got good ball. You did. You missed it.
Yes, well, we'll leave the commentary to Peter Sain because he called it very well. Missed the bowl and you'll have the shot, and that's certainly what Wally Marsick did. As the crowd all with their sun hats on here at Henderson Bowling Club applaud. Another great bowl, and we can see it there from Wally Marsick, just drifting around the short bowl that had been previously played, coming in to sit on the Tony Garalja bowl. Two shots to the Peter Shane combination. Shane Sincock.
No doubt be attacking the head, I would say to you, with some sort of weight to dislodge those bowls or get some movement on the kitty.
Yes, I think he certainly will. It just depends. He's only got the bowl on the head, but Shane will back himself. He's been driving very, very well. Oh, see, the only bowl he's got there is the green speckled bowl, so there is a little bit of caution to be had.
Certainly
we see
is.
Shane Sincock on the replay, just missing the bowl on the jack on the outside. Well, close,
Yes.
but no reward.
It's interesting. Wally Marsick now is talking about that one bowl on the head, and Peter Shane has just said, well, he might drive it out himself, but definitely a bit of danger there as well with Shane Sincock only having the one bowl on the head, and if he's off target, could be very bad for him.
Nice if I did.
Look at this from Peter Shane. Oh, outstanding stuff. Well, I think Sincock's going to be forced to drive. Outstanding stuff from Peter Shane.
No option here but for Shane Sincock to really attack the head with a fully buttered drive, I would say.
On the mat. He's closer. Oh, great shot, Shane Sincock. Excellent stuff. 3 down, 1 ball in the head, but he got the target and continued his great driving form on the way through.
Beautiful bowl then by Shane Sincock. The 3 bowls, 3 shots from Peter Shane were very, very close, and a tremendous bowl then.
As we see the replay from Shane Sincock, right on target, straight down the centre line. The jack goes out to the side, and what actually happens in this situation is the jack going outside the boundary ring at the end is replayed, so there's no scoring on that end. We replay the 4th end. It's 3-2 at the present time from Peter Shane over Shane Sincock. Hans Pascoe delivering his first bowl on the replayed end. We go very wide. Garelja,
Auntie, trying to hit.
handy. So we see Lance Pascoe deliver.
East.
Studying it gently. A change of hand for Lance Pascoe. Going a wee bit heavy. Well, sometimes happens on a change of hand, and he's gone right through to the ditch.
Yes, a certain change of hand. Players tend to lose their weight or have a different weight on either side of the green, and with two bowl triples, of course, you've got to get those bowls really close early, because you can get yourself into trouble. But Tony Garelja's bowl, the second bowl, is very short on the backhand side of the rink as Gary Watson, the Nelsonian, play his first bowl.
Good grass, buddy.
One down to this second, Wally.
Well played, mate.
Well played.
One down to there, Wall.
Shane Sincock
You
says.
better play over here, mate.
Thank you very much, Gary. Drawing the shot for me.
What you done there? Yeah. Little bit of both.
Round a bit.
Yeah,
Gary
coming down.
Watson's second bowl looks to be pretty much on target.
Oh, buddy.
Well done, Waddy. Gary Watson. Shane Sincock gives him the token applause. Lee Marsick. Smooth delivery of the bowl.
Yeah, very good delivery, Wally Marsick's got a very smooth delivery. There's no bump in the bowl when on this point of delivery. Always very, very consistent.
Well, bit of fortune for Wally Marsick. He was very heavy. Would have drifted through if it didn't make connection with the Gary Watson bowl.
Still two shots to the Shane Sincock side as the skips change ends. The two bowls of Gary Watson being the two shots.
Well, it's another shot. Shane Sincock also knocking around Gary Watson's bowl, but stays there for another shot.
I'm sure Peter Shane will just come down on the backhand shot. Wally Marsick, in fact, saying to Peter Shane, perhaps have a drive at those three bowls and they'll all go.
I think it's really a case of drawing down and got a chance of sitting there, but he is going to play with a lot of weight. I don't know if it's the ideal shot to be playing. Looks to be wide. Yes. Well, it's a bit of a hit and a miss shot, to be quite honest. I think that ideally it would have been better for him to perhaps play similar to what Wally Marsick did with his second bowl and just look at catching in on the shot bowls. Nevertheless, you make your decision.
I think the draw is definitely the best option there. You know, those bowls are pretty scattered on that head, really, Terry, and there's still quite a bit of room, perhaps not even to get the shot, but even second shot.
You passed it.
All three will go, you get 4 shots.
Well, he's hoping that he hits the maroon bowl for all three to go. So if he does, he will pick up a handful, but it's a difficult shot. Driving again. Looks to be wide. He called it wide, and it is wide. Well, I'll tell you, that was a shocker.
Shane Sincock picking up 3 there on the 4th end. That'll nudge the South Islanders into the lead. 5-3, 5-3 after 4 ends here on the men's triple.
Good ball there, Tony.
The Trust New Zealand Open 2008, commencement of the 10th end in the men's Comfort Pro triples final. The opening bowls from Tony Garalja and Lance Pascoe. The Northerners versus the Southerners.
Interesting. Look, Terry, now you see Lance Pascoe has now changed his hand coming down this side of the rink and following Garalja now, Tony Garalja's backhand where he's been really controlling the head with his 2 bowls.
Yes, I think just looking at the rink, it may be the kinder or the more even pattern, but it wouldn't be evidenced by that bowl that's just been played. Lance Pascoe just changing side of the, as you say, Kevin, and he needs to settle himself down. Young fella.
Yeah, just forget about it and get on to the next end now, and he's certainly a talented player, that's for sure.
Pull the shot, buddy.
Pressure back on Gary Watson. Coming to play his bowl over recent ends and being down is continuing to put pressure on him. Fortunately, his skipper, Shane Sincock, got him out of trouble on the previous end. He won't be able to do that for the next 8 ends, or 9 ends. He needs some support from his players. Gary Watson's failed to give it to him on this occasion.
A very narrow bowl there from Gary Watson. And you're right, Terry, now's the time when you really got to, you can't just leave it all to the skip. You've got to be getting bowls around the head, and the Shane side certainly likes the confidence play.
Yes, he needs his team to dig in. Because if Peter Shane and Wally Marsick get on top, 3 or 4 shots ahead, they won't relent.
Grass.
Well, Shane Sincock down. You can see the 2 green disc bowls. Tony Garalja bowls.
Very scattered head, this one, isn't it, Terry? There's nothing that's really sitting close to the jack, and plenty of room for the skips to draw. But I just think coming into this 10th end, the Canterbury side have really now got to pull their game together, because, as you say, if Peter Shane gets a break on them, he'll certainly he'll ring the rope pretty hard.
Yep. Peter Shane will look to capitalise on this. Well, it's a weight problem that continues with all the players at the moment. Bowls just drifting through. Shane Sincock needs to repeat the previous end's performance. Simcock. How is this? He's starting to get the applause from Gary Watson. It's Shane Simcock again. Look at this. Outstanding bowls. And he's been playing like this throughout the tournament so far. I've seen him performing in the singles competition. And later in this series of coverage, we will be seeing him in the final. And it's been outstanding bowls from Shane Simcock throughout the triples as well.
Two big pressure bowls that he's played on these last two ends, Terry, you know, to have to draw and to draw as well as he's done is superb bowls.
Well, how is Peter Shane responding?
It's also important right now that Shane Simcock gets another bowl close by, because there's still a lot of the Peter Shane bowls hanging around the head, and you know, one bowl on the head can certainly open the door for the opposition.
That's probably right, Kevin, but unfortunately for Peter Shane, he hasn't got any more bowls to play. So if Shane Simcock gets another one close, he will have two, and Peter will just pick up the mat and throw it on the bank,
as he's duly done.
Shane Simcock, second bowl, and draws another one. Well done, Shane Simcock. 3 shots in the last 2 ends, and they've all been your bowls. 10-8 to Shane Simcock as we've gone into the 10th end. Yes, well, crowd, magnificent crowd. It's the turn of the Shane Simcock team to lead off. We've seen all the way through this game so far. The winners of the previous end have given the mat and the jack away. It is a preference amongst the men bowlers in particular for them to give away the mat and the jack. And if we go back and think about last week's game, where we saw the women generally take it, so it has been a trend, opposite sex, opposite trends.
Yeah, most of the men now, Terry, certainly seem to observe that ruling which is available to give the mat away. And interesting here, with the bowl that Lance Pascoe played, we saw Tony Garelja have to play on his forehand. So just a little psychological advantage there for the Canterbury side, which has made Tony Garelja change his hand.
Yep, it is dead correct. First bowl that Lance Pascoe put down, putting it in the way of Tony Garelja, forcing them to change hands, going on to the forehand, which he's only played 1 or 2 bowls down previously. Wally Marsick looking over the top of Tony Garelja to see how good his bowl is, and I'm sure he'll be happy with what he sees, because it's a very, very good bowl from Tony Garelja.
Wonderful bowl there from Tony Garelja. Just mere inches away in front of the kiddie.
It's sort of, we look at this Auckland team, Kevin, we could sort of think of it as sort of the wine and food show team, couldn't we? We've got Tony Garelja, who's associated, of course, with strawberries.
Correct.
Ivan Marsick, who's involved in the fishmonger.
Correct.
And we've got Peter Shane, who's involved in the wine industry.
The wine and restaurant industry, that's correct.
Well,
So it's, yes,
it's making me hungry.
the Henderson
And
Wine and
dry.
Food Festival.
Food festival here at Henderson. Well, yep. One shot at the moment to Peter Shane's lead. Tony Garelja and Wally Marsick,
Come on, Wally. Come on, Wally.
the fishmonger from Glen Innes,
Come on, baby.
has added to the count. Well, this will be interesting because may change the shot that Shane Simcock opts for here, and he has. This is Gary.
Good bowl, Jack.
Come on, down through here, mate. Bowl of the jack. 2 shots at the moment to Peter Shane. First weighted shot from Gary Watson. Chasing it, looking to be pretty much on target. Can he grab the jack? Can he grab the bowl? He grabs the jack, he puts it out of bounds. It's a replay.
Very good bowl there from Gary Watson, 2 down, having to change his hand and trying to get the kitty into the ditch, of course, where it would stay alive and the head would continue, but the end, the 13th end, will now be replayed.
As we see Gary Watson's bowl coming down, tracking towards the jack. Looked as though he was going to pick it up clean and take it through to the ditch, but no, caught it on the edge, pushed it out to the side, and the boys are pretty happy about that.
Comfort Pro, Taylor Bowls, the home of the new Redline SR Invicta Beers, the #1 selling bowl in New Zealand.
As Lance Pascoe delivers the jack. Been referred to the jack for a number of years. Of course, initially they always called it the kitty, and I don't know whether it was a sexist situation or what, but now it's a jack. So, yes, well, it is the jack, the white. And Lance Pascoe. Well, it's interesting, Lance Pascoe on his forehand.
Yes, he's changed his hand again now, and just don't know whether he's sort of battling the conditions a bit. And now's the time you've got to have that consistency as Tony Garelja plays his first bowl now on the 13th end.
Yes, we're into the latter part of the game. It's the last 16th of the final, and it's time to dig deep. Shane Sincock leading by 2, 11-9. Lance Pascoe looks to be better weighted this occasion, doesn't he? Looks to be a better journey. Tripping well towards the jack. Well, well done.
Lovely, good correction there by Lance Pascoe, and he's sitting virtually level with the jack, about 18 inches away. Very good bowl.
Tony Garelja. Second bowl, looks at it, tilts the hat. Gary Watson, the middleman in the South Island triples team, coming from Nelson, playing out of the Stoke Bowling Club.
And Wally.
Now, Wally. Now that, mate.
Wally Marsick.
Try, Wally. Just a fraction over, mate.
It's heavy on this occasion. One shot at the moment to Lance Pascoe. Gary Watson steps onto the mat. Of course, Gary, the son of one of New Zealand's great bowlers, Amari Watson. Numerous titles to her name. Incredible performer for New Zealand.
Mate, you're only about that much over.
Wally Marsick here was certainly the big chance here for the Carlton side or the Auckland side. If they can get a touch on the jack, there's certainly a scoring opportunity for them.
Any movement of the jack is going to be in the favour of
Too wide.
the Peter Shane team. He's already indicated that it's too wide, but gee, it's coming back home, isn't it?
Oh, Wally.
He's stalking it all the way. Peter Shane said it's too wide, and he was correct. It was too wide. Well, once again, the importance of Shane Sincock is going to come into play here, because it is absolutely necessary for him to get another bowl handy.
Only one bowl on the head.
Yeah, I know.
At this point, have the
Don't want to park up next
the
to ours.
composite South Island
Don't want
side.
to get near our one.
Yep. Shane Sincock just had a brief discussion with Gary Watson saying, I don't want to park up beside our shot bowl, make a target. We've got one shot there, the green bowl. Green bowl of Lance Pascoe is the shot, but the next 3 bowls all belong to Peter Shane. Important. Shane Sincock needs to get one close. On his backhand, the left-hander, travelling towards the jag. Depends as to whether he has a clear path or whether he edges. Oh, Wally Marsick tried to edge the bowl in for a... Certainly a big help.
Certainly a very, very big help. And could in fact be 2 shots now to...
Hi.
Wally Marsick says we're only 1 down, but the Southerners will be happy that they've got another bowl on the head because they were in a bit of danger otherwise, as Peter Shane delivers on the forehand. Green running around about 18 and a half seconds. Very quick, slight wind.
Of course, that bowler, Shane Sincox, took the opportunity away for Peter Shane to have a good scoring head by getting that second shot on the bowl. So another top bowl from Shane Sincock.
So we can see the arena that we're playing in. The Trust New Zealand Open. Shane Sincock. Great weight, but just a little bit wide.
What is it? Listen, don't matter.
It's interesting. Tony Garalja has come onto the head to give some directions.
I noticed yesterday while they were playing, Tony Garalja spent a lot of time on the head, and he's indicated here that he thinks they're actually 2 down.
Well, Peter Shane's let it go awfully narrow. We need to have heaps of weight. Well, he can get a result here. He's close to getting a result. He did. He did. He didn't. Oh, I think it might be still 1. It is. Well, he just about got a slice of magic there, but nevertheless, it was Shane Sincock that held on with the 1 shot, picking up the 1, heading out to a 12-9 lead. Completion of the 13th end.
That is the 1 there, just the 1 to Shane Sincock. 13 ends, 12-9. Just a reminder that presentations for the triples will take place immediately following the men's final, so please folks stick around. The presentations will take place immediately following the men's final.
Very quickly into his work, Tony Garalja, delivering the first bowl, commencement of the 14th end. Lance Pascoe following down the same side of the green. Been a little bit in and out so far throughout this game, Lance Pascoe.
I think we may well see Tony Garalja change his hand here because we've got those short bowls there, and sure enough, he's changed his hand now on the 14th end with his second bowl.
Good thing is that every time you change, you draw the shot.
Well, we heard Peter Shane, didn't we? Every time you change hands, you draw the shot. Well, and he did.
Very well performed bowler, Tony Garalja. You know, many years played for Auckland, and is very, very consistent performer.
Yes, he certainly has. He's currently has 8 Auckland centre titles. He's won them in all disciplines except one. I think it's the champion triples that he hasn't won in Auckland, but he's won all other disciplines in in the Auckland Bowl, so his ambition is to capture that last one. And as you said, been an Auckland rep probably for around about 15 odd years. Tony Garel, just a very good performed bowler and very steady.
Too hard, eh?
Gary Watson.
Hi, buddy.
First bowl, well played, Waddy, says Shane Sincock, and he's got good reason to say that. Gary Watson.
It's the only bowl in this particular head, Terry, that's actually stayed on that side of the centre line. They've there's been 4 bowls played down now, and they've all slightly undercut their green. So Gary Watson took his green and drew a very, very adjacent bowl for Shane Sincock, and Wally Marsick is now on a similar line.
Come on, baby, go. Go a bit more. Come on, come on. Yeah.
Gonna change, Wally. Wally, change.
Just coming up short, that last bowl from Wally Marsick, forcing Gary Watson to change his hand. Going over onto the other side of the green. Forehand bowl.
Grass. Oh, come right round here.
We're only just one down.
Peter Shane on the forehand. Got the option of promoting his own bowl or connecting with the shot bowl of Gary Watson. See him on the forehand. Targeting towards the red bowl, just looks to be hanging on the outside of it. And it does.
That's still outside, Arthur.
Important at this stage of the game as well, with a 3-shot buffer for the Shane Sincock side, that Peter Shane won't want to go too many more ends. Obviously, without scoring, Terry, he's got to stay close, and another end gone, another shot gone. He's
Shane Sincock, first bowl, holding one shot, looking to add to the count. A bit heavy, going over the top of the holes that are past the jack. Down the alleyway it comes. Wally Marsick looking for some connection on the shot bowl, but very wide and very heavy. I'm sure that he didn't want to play with that much weight.
Well, that was a surprising weight. It was sort of a half of each shot, a draw and run, and really all he had to do was to get onto Wally Marsick's bowl or just draw around it. And I just fear that another end gone now, that it's going to be a big job now for the Auckland side.
Still 4 ends to play. At the moment, 12-9 to Shane Sincock. Looking to add to that count. Presently holds one shot. Oh, no, too heavy. Well, it's another shot to Shane Sincock. He's been dominating the scoring. It's a completion of 14 ends, and it is Shane Sincock who scored on 8 of those ends and leading by 13 points to 9. Four ends to go in the Comfort Pro Trust New Zealand Open men's triple final. Shane Sincock, Gary Watson and Lance Pesco leading at the present time by 13 to 9. 14 ends completed. Lance Pesco on the mat.
Correct.
Tony Garalja continuing to play his backhand. Just to be pretty handy. He's drifting on through a bit, but finishing about a metre and a half past the jack. Still plenty of room for Lance Pesco.
Lance Pesco's now just got a draw in front of that Tony Garalja bowl, which is about a metre out from the head, and it's imperative that he gets a good start to this head for Shane Sincock.
Well, like the bowl that went before him, he's certainly heavy and drifting on past. Wally Marsick continuing down on the forehand as well. Wally Marsick, look at him study it. Look at him study it. And he's got a real good reason to study it, hasn't he? Look at it, right behind the jack. That'll please him, and he's got a smile on his face as well. Yeah, well done from Wally Marsick. Well, he's got the cap back off again, and the sun's coming out. Here we see it. The final journey of the Wally Marsick bowl. There was good reason to applaud, isn't there? Excellent stuff. Well, that's a pretty good response from Gary Watson as well. In being is that Shane Sincock will be looking at if we're going to be dropping shots, we only want to be dropping one.
Very good reply.
Moment,
Very good reply from Gary Watson, because 3 down at that point, and you're right, Terry, that
Green now.
you only want to drop one if you're going to drop them.
Well, if we look at the scorecard, it's been dominated by 1s and 2s throughout. It was only exception to that was back on the 4th end where Shane Sincock picked up a 3, but the rest of it on the other 13 ends, there's only been 1s and 2s scored, so it shows that neither of these teams are prepared to concede big scores. Gary Watson gives himself a bit of a slap, disappointed. However, it's not as bad as what he probably thought. Sneaked in past the front bowl. I think he thought he was going to make connection with that and get nothing. Sneaked past it, come up for 3rd or 4th shot.
It's actually also a very good bowl, Terry, as well, in that it's finished in front of the head, and there was the chance there, still could be the chance, for Peter Shane to come down and rest that red bowl out and bring some more counters in. And and that's what he's going to be looking for.
Yes, he'll be looking at just drawing another shot. I mean, he's only four shots behind. Means if he draws another shot, picks up a 2 on this end, 2 behind with 3 to go. He's got to look at the scorecard, play it sensibly. How about this? How about this? That's exactly what he needed it to do. Didn't have to get excited. He didn't have to knock it back too far. Well,
lovely bowl
I
there
think
by
we'll see
Peter Shane.
Sincock on the drive. 2 down. His own bowl's protected. He's got to be on the drive. He is on the drive. Forehand drive. He's close. He's close. He's close. He got it. He got it. And it's gone right out and sat out on the boundary. And now we can see the jack there. Look at it. It's sitting right out on the boundary peg.
It's sitting right on the white line.
It is still alive. Looking to draw close as possible. Delivers. Peter Shane. See the jack there way out on the boundary peg to the left-hand side. Now, I don't know if this bowl's got enough green. It'll be interesting. It'll be interesting because it seems to be travelling fairly quickly. If it goes outside the white line, we can just see there, that is dead. That is dead. Now, Shane Sincock, he's going to come the other hand. Generally, we say to ourselves, you draw back into the rink, and this is what Shane Sincock is going to do. Peter Shane took the option of drawing out to the outside of the rink, and it'll be interesting to see how Shane Sincock responds to this. He looks to be pretty much on target. It's just a matter of whether it stops in time. It's a matter of whether it stops in time. It's drifting on by. It's going to go a long way yet. Well, Shane Sincock, I think you're still maybe down. I think you're still definitely down 1, 2, possibly 3. Big turnaround in this game. This could have been so important this end for Peter Shane. They're going to have to get a tow rope out if they want to put a measure on. Everybody's having their say.
Lots of hands.
Lots of waving. Right, conceded 1. We conceded 2. The umpire's there measuring the first bowl. While one appears to be over the white line, it's the angle that we're going to be looking at here. We come around to the other bowl, and we can see that it is very close. I think it's that one. Yep, it's 2 shots.
Three it is, folks. 3 it is.
Well,
so we're
that's
very
3.
close now. 15 ends.
Bit of bad luck really in the drive. You would have thought that the jack would have burnt, went out the side, and neither of the skips were unable to, were able to draw it.
Certainly would have expected that to kill. You don't see that very often at all, do you? It sat right on the line to remain alive.
Yes, certainly so, and that's tightened the game up again with 3 ends to go.
Very good opening bowl from Lance Pascoe, just sitting inches behind the kiddie, the jack. So, and Tony Garelja now following the same line as Lance Pascoe.
Keep on running, Tony. Come on, Tony. Keep on running, mate.
Oh, the support from the crowd for Tony Garelja.
Go, mate.
2 good opening bowls on this, the commencement of the 16th end. It's going to be a tight finish. Down the alleyway. Lance Pascoe, second bowl. 2 of his better bowls that he has played recently. He's just been struggling at times, Lance Pascoe. 2 good bowls.
Wide at this time, you never know. Come on, Tony. Come on, Tony. You got it, mate. Come on, Tony. You got him. You got him, mate. You got him.
Ah, the crowd has come alive, haven't they? The crowd has come alive.
Wonderful bowl there, Peter Tennant, the Mayor of New Plymouth. I see there with Bob Harvey, the Mayor of Waitakere City.
Was there no seats left for them? They had to look over the fence. Surely there must be a seat for the mayor somewhere.
You'd think so.
I thought they'd have been at one of those tables at the side having some strawberries and some wine and a bit of fish.
Well, they could have joined the Henderson Wine and Food Festival. You'd have thought of one of these lovely corporate environment here. But back to the bowls and Wally Marsick on the 16th end.
Wally Marsick chasing the bowl. How good is he? How good is he? He wants it to bend. He doesn't want movement. Wow, Wally. Oh, dear oh me. Wally Marsick just about giving it away.
Now you do realise, don't you, Terry, that New Plymouth were just awarded one of the best city in the world awards just back a few weeks ago. So Peter Tennant here celebrating.
That's lovely. Gary Watson. Pressure bowl for Gary. On his backhand. Looking at playing with weight. Playing with weight. Trying to get some disturbance. He's one down. Looks to be wide. Looks to be wide. Looks to be wide, and it is wide. Yes. Pressure on Shane Sincock once again. Very wide. We can see it drifting right out to the truss signage. Far too heavy as well. Peter Shane was looking for another shot, and Wally decides, I'll just throw it in the ditch. Not happy. Looking to make connection. Looks to be pretty well played. Will it turn in time? Will it turn in time? Will it turn in time? Oh, well, how about that? Great stuff, Shane Sincock. Well, it was an absolutely fascinating way that finished then. He hit the shot bowl. If we have a look at it here on the replay, how he hits the bowl, bang, it just stops dead.
Yeah, it was just it just shuttered on the shot bowl actually, and a wonderful bowl there by Shane Sincock and holding the shot.
Well, change of circumstances. Pressure back onto Peter Shane. Third last end.
Very good control of weight on that shot, Terry, wasn't it? You know, he just let the bowl work at the finish and get the result.
Won't touch it.
A round of congratulations for Shane Sincock. Peter Shane on the backhand, looking to play with weight, wants some movement of the jack, wants some connection with the shot bowls. Tracking towards it, he's pretty much on target. He wants connection of the jack, he wants it clean. Oh, he got it clean, and he also put into the ditch. Well, a touch of wind in the ditch, but away wide of where the jack was. Well, you see it being played here again. He picks up the jack, takes it through the ditch. He connects with the, well, the green bowl of Lance Pascoe. He followed it all the way, didn't he? Now, I think it possibly, just as to where the jack is, but possibly still the red bowl of Gary Watson, maybe the shot.
I think the bowl sitting at Gary Watson's right at the back, sitting virtually under the number, could well still be the shot.
Yes, we can. Shane Sincock.
Aye.
Looking to draw. He doesn't want to put his own bowl in the ditch. Oh, Shane Sincock. How lucky are you? Dear me. He put his own bowl in the ditch, and then look at his bowl. It rattled around and moved towards the edge. You can see the jack there now. Jack sitting in the ditch. If that other bowl had gone into the ditch, the maroon bowl of Shane Sincock, the one up the green, which is the blue bowl of Tony Garalja, or Wally Marsick, would have become the shot. Very lucky Shane Sincock, wasn't he?
Very, very lucky there. Peter Shane going to play for the bowl.
Yes, he certainly is. He's looking at playing with weight to try and take the shot bowl out of play. Looks to be wide to me. I think he's wide. He is wide. He is wide. It's the one shot to Shane Sincock. Well, he held on to it. He was a bit lucky. Checking out how far away things are.
Oh yes, just saw Shane Sincock breathe a big sigh of relief, gave a big puff when that end was completed.
Well, we're just doing the measure here.
A reminder, presentations for
And we see the bowl of Peter Shane go past.
Still to come this afternoon. We have
And it's the one shot to the Shane Sincock combination. The bowl that was sitting on the edge of the ditch. second last end of the New Zealand Open men's triples. Opening bowl from Tony Garelja. His team 2 behind. Hans Pesco. Hans Pesco's got to be happy with this bowl. He's got to be happy with that.
Beautiful bowl there from Lance Pesco, because they're playing right on the 2 metre mark. It's a full length head, and he drew down on the backhand side and about 18 inches away. Very good opening bowl.
Yes, it certainly was, and we look to be having a good response here from Tony Garelja. Drifting on past, it goes right on through. Oh, it's a good effort. Well, as you said, Kevin, a full length end, the second last. The mat's up approximately 2 metres. The jack's on the full distance spot. And Lance Pesco tracking pretty well towards the jack again. He's keeping his best for last. He's keeping his best for last. Very good from Lance Pesco.
Beautiful.
He hasn't
two good bowls.
hadn't been fully on song throughout this event, but 2 very good bowls. Wally Marcin on the forehand. Coming back home now. Yeah, big draw coming down on that forehand side.
Very, very big draw on that side of the rink.
Gary Watson. And steady throughout, Gary Watson.
I've watched a bit of Gary Watson the last couple of days, actually, Terry, and I think he's played very, very good bowls, very steady, and mainly on the draw. And he's certainly done that today under some pressure ends. But the pressure now back on the Auckland side on this, the 17th end, as they are 3 down.
Yes, it's a good effort from the South Island boys. All coming from different areas, and one of the first times they've actually played together and as a combination such as this, and coming together for the New Zealand Open triples. They've performed very, very credibly.
So Wally Marsik's first bowl was a wee bit heavy, but it managed to sit on the back of Gary Watson's first bowls, but still the South Island side holding the shot on this, the 17th end, leading 14-12.
Well, everything's gone quiet. I don't think it'll be quiet too long, because Gary Watson looks as though he's drawing another shot. There must be a little bit of applause for this, and there certainly is. You see the crowd bowl there appreciate the good bowls that are being played.
2 good bowls by Gary Watson, and it's interesting here as well, Terry, for the attacking part of Peter Shane's part of the game. They got a short bowl right up in front there, Tony Garelja's one, which cuts his options off there, and most of the shots are sort of pretty well covered, but well played so far by the South Island side in this particular on the 17th head.
We can see away in the far corner the 2 darker coloured bowls, and whether Peter Shane wants to bring them into play or will look at just drawing. He's only 2 shots behind. Got another end after this. If he can draw the shot, he wouldn't be phased by going into the last end 1 behind. May well be if he goes in 3 behind, though. He's chasing his bowl up the green. Looks to be pretty well tracked. Will it stop for the shot, or will it drift on through? He's pretty well tracked. Where is it going to finish? Well, it's a pretty good effort. Second shot from Peter Shane.
Very good bowl there by Peter Shane, and you're right, he wouldn't mind going to the last end 1 behind it. You know, he's a big game player, as we've seen on numerous occasions. So at this point on the 17th end, with Shane Sincock about to play, it's the South Island composite side holding the shot and leading 14-12 after 16 ends.
Steeliness in Shane Sincock's face. He knows he's on the verge of capturing a major title. Drawing. well mixed up, the bowls behind. Peter Shane, I don't think he has any other option but to draw. Delivered. Head down.
Short there now.
Says he's short.
And short.
Yeah, the fantastic line, you know. Look at it coming up real short. Yeah. Right, Shane Sincock. You're 2 up on the board, 1 up on the head. But looking to add. Love to go into the final end, hold 4 ahead. Fantastic buffer that would be. Shane Sincock, the left-hander, tracking towards the jack. Will it come home all the way? Will it come home all the way? Yeah, perfect weight. 1 shot to the Southerners. 15 to 12. It's the final end coming up in the Trust New Zealand Open. Final end of the Trust New Zealand Open. Jack delivered by Tony Garauja, Shane Sincock, Gary Watson, and Lance Pascoe leading by 15 to 12 over Peter Shane, Wally Marsick and Tony Garauja. First bowl from Tony Garauja, we see there on our screen, the black bowl sitting a touch short of the jack as Lance Pascoe is coming to life at the end of the game. He played 2 very, very good bowls on the previous end, and on this, the final end, nestles just centimetres past the jack.
Good sign, Terry, for a young player, the 27-year-old, who can respond like that to the pressure, because he did struggle midway through the game, but on the 17th and 18th end, he certainly has played 2 wonderful bowls.
We've certainly seen him go better since he changed his hand, and I think that was a key part of it, particularly going this way. He had been going on the forehand, when it's gone over onto the backhand and has gone far better, as Tony Garauja replies, and we see the bowls there, the dark-coloured bowl up beside the speckled green of Lance Pascoe.
Yeah, well, don't go too wide. If that's our ball there. If you can sneak inside it and just rest on him, it'd be beautiful. We have to take him off the head somehow, because you're not going to score 3 inside that.
Very clear directions from Peter Shane. We're not going to score 3 inside that. Well, it would be extremely difficult for them. Wally Marsick
Wide too heavy.
really only just needs to draw to it, Kevin. He's trying to play as a 2-weighted shot, I think. So he's got a result out of it. Well, he was lucky, to be quite honest, because he was far too heavy for what was really required. However,
certainly was far too heavy for that shot, and but luck was on the shoulder on that particular occasion.
Danger. Danger.
Gary Watson play.
Too heavy.
Gave it a chance. He's only 2 down. Peter Shane has to score a 3 to force an extra end. If the scores are all tied at the completion of 18 ends, they will play 1 further end to determine the winner.
So, Terry, do you agree now that the shot they're going to try and play is just to come down on that draw shot, try and rest out the Lance Pascoe bowl, which is jack high, which means it's behind the jack, turn that over 3 shots?
We see this bowl from Wally Marsick, far too heavy, but man, did he get a great result out of it. Yes, Kevin, I think really they just need to look at trying to draw another shot. If they get to the point of trying to remove the green bowl, it'll all go wrong on them.
Certainly will. They've actually just got to come down and actually draw onto the back of the green bowl. And you're 100% right, Terry. Once you start searching for shots or searching for weight, you're going to struggle to get results. So better just to try and draw down onto that bowl.
I know. He can't do it. Can't do it. It's impossible.
They only have to score a 3. 15-12 it is to Simcock.
Here, mate.
Well, playing the backhand. Looking for another drawn shot. Arm in the air from Wally Marsick as he follows through from his delivery.
Going up.
He starts chasing it down the green. He says, I've got another shot. Don't think you have, Wally. You were on not a bad track. It just didn't make it.
He certainly had confidence 3/4 of the way down to the green, but just not having the weight to get a counting result.
Gary Watson on the draw. They're looking at it. Looks to be heavy again.
I mean, we lost it anyway. I have to play this way now because there's nothing really I can do. If I happen to just sneak in here and turn the ball a couple of times, it's only hope. It's the only hope you got. No? Well, what is the point of drawing there? You're going to drive anyway.
Even if you sit on this,
A lot of discussion.
A lot of discussion there, and
like you're drawing just a meter over.
and you're right, as you said before, Terry. They've just got to draw and let things look after themselves. And
Yes, particularly with this bowl. He draws the shot, he puts the pressure back on Simcock.
certainly does.
And he has got room there to draw another one. In the forehand, Peter Shane. 3 behind playing the last end, the final end of the Trust New Zealand Open Triples. He's calling it wide. Drifting down, he does look to be wide. I think he played it with too much weight as well. He just needs to be drawing another shot. There's opportunities for him to sit in there on the green bowl. At the moment, it's 2 shots to Peter Shane. The big thing would be now, what's he going to do with his last bowl? Will he say, I haven't got the confidence to be able to draw another shot? Or will he say, I've got the confidence to smack it? Go for the replay.
I think he'll go for the. I heard him make a comment before in regards to that, and I think I agree with you. He should have just tried to draw, but he played that in between weight, and now he's in no man's land really.
Shane Simcock drawing. Won't be unhappy if it stops in line in the front.
Oh, well, that's a nice guide for you now.
No,
Well,
Don't be
just told
scared,
him.
even way to
There's
him.
opportunities here for him. He's got to draw. Got to cut his weight back a bit. The last bowl from Peter Shane. Can he make it 3? Can he make it 3?
1, 2.
He's too wide. He's too wide. It's Shane Simcock, Gary Watson, and Lance Pascoe from the South Island, who have come out the eventual winners in the Comfort Pro New Zealand Open Men's Triples. 2 shots to the Aucklanders, but 2 wasn't enough. It's finished at 15-14 in favour of the South Islanders.
In the blue, Lance Pascoe, Gary Watson and Shane Simcock winning the Comfort Pro Men's Triples. Folks, we do ask that you stick around for just a moment or two.
Well, Shane, congratulations. That was one hell of a match.
It was. We knew they'd be tough. They're good players. And we just needed to get bowls past the jack because they were always going to be attacking, and it worked.
The key here, though, is this is the first time I'm aware that you guys have been together as a combination.
Yeah, first time ever. We're actually in a development camp for New Zealand. We that's how we come by it, isn't it? So, yeah.
And there were some pretty big names out there that you're having a crack at.
Yeah, Peter, Shane and Wally, they've won a few national titles, so it's good to get on top of those boys.
And bodes well for this combination down the line, do you think?
Yeah, we've got another crack next year.
Oh, congratulations, New Zealand Open champions in the men's triples.
Cheers.
All right, there you go, the New Zealand Open champions and the Trust New Zealand Open of the men's triples. Next time you visit the Henderson Bowls Club, it will be the women's pairs.